name is Ronnie Striplin, and I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it. I know you got paid to come because don't nobody want to come and sit here, but I appreciate you. I love you all, and there's a few things I've been writing for years, and I wanted to share with you. So I hope you enjoy them. They're not in any particular order. It's just some poems that I think say a lot when they say it. All right, so here we go. Today's that day. 46 years ago, a blessing truly came my way. You see, on this day became known as Taniga Striplin's birthday. A beautiful person with so much charm, she got it from her mom, so don't be alarmed. July 13th is my Christmas. I look forward to it every year. It's also my Thanksgiving as I shed these joyful tears. Taniga Striplin, many call her Lulu. I never call her that, but that's me. You do you. My daughter is so lovely, her beauty is all for all to see. But the love we share for one another is all that matters to me. Happy birthday, Taniga, and many, many more. And no one can love you more than me. And that's one thing for sure. This I wrote in I think one year for, I think Father's Day. Yeah. And it meant a lot to me at the time. Do you tell your father you love him just on Father's Day? If so, listen to this. I got something I want to say. One day the day will come when Dad's just not around. Tell your father you love him while both feet touch the ground. I know as a father sometimes we forget to say, I love you, son or daughter. You're my blessing every day. Tell your father you love him, then watch the expression on his face. You will see the joy and happiness that you found the time and place. Once a year is just not enough to tell your father how you feel. Tell your father you love him. He will know the love is real. There's one more thing that's important. This is what I want you to do. Tell your father you love him. He will cherish those words coming from you. Hey, a month to remember. I'm very happy to know there are other months to remember. You see, as a child, all I knew was that Christmas was in December. Nobody told me there's something more to know. Every black child should be made aware June is important to all of us, though. You see, in June, the slaves were all set free. If that day hadn't occurred, can you imagine where we'd be? The history books don't tell us all the things our people went through, but if you just sit down and listen, Juneteenth is all about me and you. Many people were mad when black people got the word that they could now enjoy life and do what they could afford. Slaves didn't make much money, if they made any at all, but they paved the way. Today we can make the call. We can say if we want something, or we can just say no. Thanks to Juneteenth, we can get up and go. So as we enjoy Christmas, showing love every December, Juneteenth is in June, and that's a month to remember. Nobody asked me, but I have something to say. I'm very proud of Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King had a great vision, even though he knew about racial division. We as black people had many fights. Martin Luther King fought injustice with all his might. I, as a black man, have seen this all before, but nobody believed it's now 2024. There is still hatred for a black man. When will white America finally understand? We've been here for over 400 years. We have wiped away all our more tears. We stand tall in our faith and we believe. It took a while, but Martin Luther King Day was finally conceived. Please pay attention. Racism is here. Never ignore what we endured through the years. We have fought with guns and with words. To think we've forgotten would be absurd. We as a people no longer have to run away. We now celebrate the hate on Martin Luther King Day. Those hatred days of the past were all true. But in 2024, all black people know what to do. We no longer settle to be second class. We may be losing ground, but you can kiss my what? I'm proud to be a black man. Never before. That's why I celebrate Martin Luther King Day 2024. No more holding hands singing "We Shall Overcome." We as black people are not uneducated or dumb. We know we can leave all the madness outside the door. Let's be happy and enjoy Martin Luther King 2024. As we sit here today honoring all fathers, mothers are incredible, but dads are a little sharper. We get smart enough to know when to be quiet. We know we don't want to start a little riot. Even though we get one day we just can't ignore, many fathers not around to see 2024. Speaking as a father, I cherish every Father's Day. I love the love I get from family each and every day. I close my eyes and dream with a big smile on my face. You see, there's no reason to be in any other place. Let's enjoy every single day with love like never before. But this day is special because it's Father's Day 2024. To my beautiful daughter, I say happy birthday to you. I guess I have to accept the fact most of your friends call you Lulu. 50 years ago and counting, you did it gracefully. It's that next 50 is hard that's going to make you easily. You made me incredibly happy the day you were born. Now that you're a grandmother, our happiness will continue on. I thank God every day for making Tanika my girl. I wouldn't trade places with anyone in this whole wide world. Happy birthday, Tanika Striplin. I hope you have a wonderful day. Whenever you're in doubt of love, you can always look this way. Funny how men are home, but really just not there. They live at home with their family, but can be seen almost anywhere. You see the man at the baseball game. Why is he alone? That's a shame. The kids who love their fathers are always surrounded by his kids. The men want their children no matter what they did. Life is so much easier when the man is in the house, is home. No respect, self-respect, gone when the man is gone. Mom means well as they could do the best they can, but the house just ain't the same when the house there is no man. Fathers are so proud if their son can play a sport. A real man is proud of his child on or off the court. Father's Day is not a day to be celebrated once a year. Father's Day is a day throughout his child's career. We as fathers want this to be known. We love our children, but demand respects even when the child is grown. This is about an incredible woman. I think I should read it. I wrote this poem for a lady that came to Marin City unexpectedly, and she's helped the community so much. One can never say enough about this lady. And I appreciate all she does for the community, and she continues to do. And Felicia Gaston, I love you. I'm writing about something that you may not think is real. But I'm talking about a woman who's the real deal. To me, first we had Royce, who put up a hell of a fight, fighting for our community when things just weren't right. Then came Terry Gale, who would stand up for us all. She was a revolutionary, helped the jungle get a bus. But then came Felicia Gaston, a woman no one knew. Out of nowhere, Felicia found just what to do. Who would have thought she would care so much about a town in trouble who seemed to be out of touch? Felicia shed tears as she knew what she had to do. Her destiny was to make life better in Marin City for all of us too. She opened a school to help kids have somewhere to go. Up until then, what kids did, many parents just didn't know. She showed the county that we don't want to feel pity. She found talent, she found brains right here in our Marin City. She got the people in that town to get more involved with the youth. Now our kids have a place to learn. Believe me, it was like pulling a tooth. Felicia found a way to Marin City. For that, I am so grateful. She made many of us believers, and for that, we are thankful. One never knows who will be able to answer the question, but what would she think of next? Do you have any suggestions? Thank you, Felicia Gaston, for all you have done. In ghetto slang, just for you, you's a bad son of a gun.
Yo, Felicia.
I have a lot of these old poems that a lot of you might not know, but some of the older people will remember, like the Spartans and the gangs we had, little gangs we thought we had in Marin City back in the 50s and the 60s. And it's called Marin City O.G.s. Not many of us left, but it's great seeing friends. It's an honor to be in Marin City, where the love never ends. It is truly a blessing to be here this very day. I feel so good to know there's no funeral today. My local town hero is Warren Alexander Domino. He was my hero in the flats, and I want everybody to know. The O.G.s from Marin City were touched from above. When we were growing up, we knew nothing but love. When we disagreed, yep, we might even have a fight. But before the day would pass, everything would be all right. In Marin City, they call me Po Ron, the Po Poet. I can only write about folks I've known for years, and you know it. It's a wonderful thing to see so many faces to remember. I smile just thinking about life, and it ain't even December. We had a game called the Spartans. Then the Black Panther Party. Men who stood up for Marin City, we would unite like a majority. I remember Ephraim and Boone had a record shop. I'd go there and stand in front, enjoy rock and roll and hip hop. How many remember CJ's cleaners in the corner of the old front? Brother smoked a matchbox of weed, but then there was no blunt. We could park in the streets up and down Drake Avenue. Police drove by all night and looked, but there was nothing they could do. So many memories of life in Marin City. It was time when life was fun. We fight, we love, we make up, all without a gun. I've been around for 70-something years. I've seen the community with pity, but those outside will never realize the love we have for Marin City. If anybody has anything you want to ask me, feel free. You know, I love talking and I love writing. And this is for my Uncle Alvin. He's the oldest one left in our family. And he's still around right now and getting closer and closer to 100. And I shouldn't talk because I'm getting close to 100 myself. But as I sat here thinking, what can I say about a wonderful man on this very day? Being his favorite nephew, there's a few words without any cussing. Though we love and cherish this man, there's one thing we all understand. Uncle Alvin has done a lot on this land. Being here so long is only God's plan. A life filled with respect, honor, and love, a gift given to him by the good Lord above. One never knows in life what will come. Uncle Alvin has lived a good life in some. I traveled many miles to be here today. I wouldn't miss this event. Yes, sir, no way. I feel so honored that Uncle Alvin can see all the love and respect from his family. From Louisiana to the state of California, we're respected. And why? Because we love you. Listen now, family, because I'm his favorite one, don't be jealous. I'm sure y'all day will come. So as I think of a way to bring this to an end, allow me to say, we love you, Uncle Alvin. As I read on, let me please thank everyone that did appear and come, because you know I love each and every one. Hey, that kind of rhymed itself, didn't it? Yeah. I didn't mean to. I love y'all and I appreciate you and thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy some of these poems of mine. Finally got a park in Rocky's name. Some call him George, but Rocky is just the same. It may have taken years to complete this park. Now that it's completed, it's a work of art. Rocky was a man I always considered as clever. Now the town will remember his name forever. I hope the park is maintained and kept clean. I hope the way it looks today is how it will always be seen. I know Rocky's looking down at this amazing crowd. I know Rocky will say, thank you for this park. I'm very proud. Now his son and his grandson can see every day a park in the community that's safe for all to play. Yes, you can enjoy a place in the community until it gets dark. That wonderful place is called the George Rocky Graham Park. Hey. I had a nice one I would pick out. I don't know what I did with it. This man deserved a poem from somebody, if not even from me, because he has friends like Melvin Atkins and people that could have created something just to say about this man. This man, one of the greatest guys, he was a cool dude. It ain't funny being old, but it sure was fun getting old. Edward Boone Green did good things. He would smile as the story was told. Don't you hate whenever you get that call? Somebody calling your house saying, he gone, y'all. Well, that's how I felt when I heard, he gone, no more Fast Eddie. I never understood a word he said, but the brother was always kept a lady. Boone was so cool growing up, even with a strange hobby. He never got into trouble, even though his best friends was Clyde and Bobby. When he started boxing club, Boone made us all so proud. Whenever he gave an event, you could expect a big crowd. Boone was so proud of his two wonderful kids. I'm sure they were just as proud for all the good things he did. He loved and cherished his faithful and loving wife. Boone was so happy to have Ida forever in his life. I used to ask Boone why he always had that boxing stance. He would state, after my wife and kids, this is my only romance. I will miss Boone like so many others will, but when God calls your number, you got to go, no matter how you feel. Rest in paradise, Boone Green, as you ride that heavenly bus. The love you show the community will be remembered by all of us. Boom. It's one of our legends, man. It's one of our legends. We had a lot of community legends, but Boone definitely was one of them. I ain't gonna be here. To some he is confusing. To some he is perplexed. To some he is known as Donald Jones. To many he's called Donald X. I've known Donald for many years. Of this I am very proud. Donald is the type of man easily picked out in a crowd. Never been afraid of speaking and will most times make a stance. One of his true abilities is his gift to dance. Donald is a religious man, not ashamed of crime, but will make him sad, and you will see inside a roaring lion. On this day of celebration for a man we all love, let's all give thanks and glory to the man above. Donald is a protector of the heritage of the community. Donald comes from one of the original families of Law and Duty. Marin City will never find another man to fill Donald's spot. You see, Donald is well respected in the 100 and 200 lots. Donald loved going into the woods, just one of his many habits. When he came home, most of the time, the community all had rabbit. One of the best dressed men the town will ever see. Can't nobody wear a hat better than he. So let's all celebrate the brother and have a great time. 60 years of living with peace and happiness on his mind. Donald, I love you, boy. I know you hear this one 1,000 times, but I love it, I love it, I love it. And I just want to share for those who have never heard it. I remember when there was a knock on the door. In would come Mr. Goins to get the clothes off the floor. I remember there was a knock on the door. In would come Miss Cobb, offering insurance from door to door. I remember the empty milk bottles standing by the door. In would come Stan Wells, the milkman with more. I remember there was a knock on the door. In would come Fred Small, first mailman Marin City loved to adore. I remember when there was a knock on the door. In would come Fred Harris, getting new subscriptions from us and many more. I remember being locked out of the house and needing a key. One had to go find Willie D. I remember every Sunday hearing the horn outside. It was the Church of God giving us all a ride. I remember going to the high school football games just to watch Warren Domino do his thing. I remember waking up to the sound of ducks. That all changed when Bustin' Smitty got trucks. I remember on Saturday, everybody washed their car. Wash your car today, you just started a war. I remember being able to walk to school. Mention walking today just ain't cool. I remember when the town asked for no pity. We were all just proud to be from Marin City. I remember lots of things done in Marin City. Today we wait, everything is done by committee. Thank you. I think I realized today, because it just seemed like something that just came when Willie Grayson passed away. I came out to read it to other people. I've been writing them, being incarcerated for so many years. I wrote poems every day to my first wife. And I never said it to anyone else. I never told anyone else. But after Willie Grayson, it just seemed like something just hit me that I just had to tell the world how I felt about Willie Grayson. He was like my big brother. And Reverend Small said, "Boy, you got a skill there. Boy, you got something going." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Man, whatever you do, don't quit writing them poems." I said, "Okay, well, thank you, Reverend Small. I appreciate that." And for that, I just kept doing it. And it's easy to write about Marin City. And if the people are like, I'd say 50 and older, I might know them. And it's just like I've been knowing most of the people I write about, I've been knowing for my lifetime. So it's a beautiful thing, and I love to write, and I love to write about what I know, and what I know is my community, Marin City, and I love it so.